Frank Sorrentino, a lot of banks are closing their brick and mortar branches around the country, but ConnectOne recently opened one up in New York City. Why'd you do it?
So ConnectOne's always been a North Jersey community bank. That was actually our name at our founding in 2005. And being so close to the city, our proximity to New York City, engaged in the counties that surround New York City, always created a market for us. A lot of our clients have business both in New Jersey and New York City, so it was a real natural progression to come across the river and open an office here. We also, today, we named ConnectOne Bank. We see the market as the New York metro market, no longer just the New Jersey market. And so if you stick a pin in New York and drive a 20, 30-mile radius, that's what we see as our market area. By the way, that market area represents about $1.6 trillion of GDP and a $17 trillion economy in the U.S. So, as Willie Sutton said, why do you rob banks? He said that's where the money is, and so that's where we want to be.
All right, well, if you make it here, you make it anywhere.
Yep.
And you're clearly making it because shares of ConnectOne are up 16% year to date. What do you think is driving that?
So, the story and the history of ConnectOne has always been one of servicing our clients, being client first, acting with a sense of urgency in a marketplace and in a business, in a business market where there's a lot of procrastination and people don't really take your business seriously. And at ConnectOne Bank, we do. And so we're quick to market, we satisfy our clients' needs, and I think that has built a lot of momentum over the 10 years that we're in existence today, and I think it's showing up in our share price.
What's the lending environment like right now? Are you lending more than you did last year?
It's very competitive today. For the last 2 years or so, banks have been, I think, very apt to lend more. The economy is getting better. I believe over time the economy continues to strengthen. People feel better about the economy. Small businesses feel better about what they're doing. Hiring's going on. Wages are starting to go up a little bit. There's actually, a sense of direction within the economy, and I think people feel good, and so they're willing to take more risk. That's being, of course, supported and helped by the Federal Reserve with its low interest rate policy, and certainly, the topic of the day is what happens to interest rates going forward.
Well, Janet Yellen's on Capitol Hill this week talking about interest rates. She's going to get that question. What do you think the future of interest rates is going to be?
So, is it really that we're just talking about it, or are we going to do something about it? The rest of the world is a mess. And while the economy is strengthening here in the United States, I'm not sure that it could survive a very drastic move in interest rates. So could we get a small interest rate move? Sure. Likelihood, though, I think over the shorter time frame, interest rates aren't going that far.
And then finally, for a long time, we kept hearing bank chiefs complain about strict regulations. It's a big week for bank earnings. I know you're going to be coming soon. Can you talk about bank regulations? Are they becoming less onerous? Do you expect them to?
So, as you know, I sit on the board of the American Bankers Association, and this is the hottest topic that we discuss. And yes, regulation has increased dramatically since the 2008 timeframe, and maybe appropriately so. The banking industry, for the most part, almost blew up the economy. And so there's been a need for some changes in the regulation. The problem today, though, is that regulation is a one-size-fits-all category, and that's not really the right way to regulate the banking industry. There are banks like ConnectOne Bank, and there are banks like, some of the significantly important financial institutions. And so we need more tailored regulation, and so instead of griping about it, I think we should be trying to do something about it. There is legislation that's moving through Congress today. The trade associations are working to get that sort of regulation in place. And I think we need to all understand that this is the market and the environment in which we need to live in, and we'll have to figure out how to do that, either with the use of technology or whatever, to come up with a better banking system. Safer for the economy, safer for the banks, better for the investors, and certainly better for our communities.
All right, well, thanks a lot, Frank.
You're very welcome.
Thank you for watching The Street.